Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brianna, and I am so nervous to make this video. My heart is literally pounding. I don't even know where to begin, but my prayer is that the Lord would just speak through me, that these wouldn't be my words, but that the Lord, the Holy Spirit would just be speaking through me. So I'm here to share with you, by the title of this video, I'm sure you guys already have an idea of what this video is going to be about, but I am here to share my healing testimony, and I'm gonna try not to cry in this video. It's gonna be hard, but I just can't believe that I'm even making this video right now. It feels surreal. I didn't think that I would ever get to this place where I could declare that I've been healed. Anyway, so I'm not an editor at all. I do not make videos like this. I'm not like a YouTuber or anything. So I apologize in advance if this is a really long video. I'm not gonna edit it. I'm just gonna record it and upload it for you guys. So I'm gonna try to condense this as much as I possibly can. But yeah, so I've been thinking about this video and praying about this video all week and just preparing for it and just praying for all of you that are listening, because my biggest prayer with this video is that you would be encouraged, that you would find hope. And most of all, I'm making this video because the Lord deserves all the glory for healing me. And I just want to tell you guys that healing is for us, that we serve a God who heals, that healing is not just a thing of a past, that God still heals today. And if there's something that you're struggling with, if there's something that you need healing for, I just want to encourage you that God can do it. Especially in these times of uncertainty with coronavirus and just everything else going on in this nation and in the world, God is in control, and He is so faithful, and He is so good. So if you're struggling, if you are feeling helpless, if you're feeling lost, I want to remind you that, and if you don't already know this, I want to tell you that we serve a God that loves us, that God loves you, and He desires healing for you. And no matter how helpless or lost or doomed the situation seems that you are in, there's nothing that God can't do. And I am living proof of that, because I was once in your shoes. I was once in your position where I didn't think that my situation could ever change. I didn't think that God could heal me. I knew that He could heal, but I didn't think He would. And so I just want to tell you that I've been where you are. I've been in your position, whether you're going through something similar to my situation or something completely different. I know how you feel. And I'm here to tell you that God is fighting for you, that God is fighting your battles, and to just trust in Him and surrender to Him. So yeah, with that all being said, I'm gonna get into my testimony. So this is something that some people in my life know about. The closest people in my life know this, and a lot of you don't know this about me. So like I said, by the title of this video, you'll be able to see that I, for 11 years, struggled with an eating disorder, and it's something that was kind of a private battle for the first part of it. It was I was about 11 or 12 when I would say it first started happening. I first started having eating disorder tendencies. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but something happened to me that kind of triggered it as a young girl. And I just remember just feeling this need and this urge to lose weight, feeling like I wasn't enough, and feeling like I would be worthy once I lost weight, once I was this body or size that I had convinced myself I needed to be. And not only that, but what Satan was telling me. Satan was putting lies in my mind, that saying that I would have true joy once I was a certain size, once I completed my fitness goal. And it's crazy to think that as an 11-year-old girl, I was pressuring myself to lose weight at so young. And maybe you guys can relate to this, but growing up in the United States, in our society, it's hard on young girls. It's hard on teenage girls. It's hard on women in general with our body image. And it breaks my heart because I know that I am one of the thousands and thousands of girls that struggled with this. But I struggled with this throughout middle school. And then freshman year of high school is when it got really bad. I got to a place of just shame and disgust with myself. I would look in the mirror and just think, you have to change. You're not worthy. You're not going to be happy in any situation or any circumstance until you lose weight. And so I went through a really, really dark period where I was just obsessed. All I could do, I just eat, slept, breathed with the mindset of I need to lose weight. It was just always a shame and this weight hanging over my head constantly of feeling fat and feeling not good enough. And I went through nights of just working out on hours on end and not eating enough and just being so obsessed. And I can't really describe it unless you've been through this, of just like this obsession, it's just over and over and over in your mind of like, you have to do this, you have to do this, just obsession and control of like counting calories, thinking, oh, is that going to make me fat? Oh, I can't eat this. What am I going to eat tomorrow? What am I going to eat today? Over and over and over. And to the point that you can't live, that you can't enjoy what's happening around you. You can't enjoy when you're with friends. You can't enjoy anything because you're just so consumed with this weight and this pressure to give in to these lies, to give in to this disorder and this way of thinking. And that's something I lived with for years, all throughout high school. And there'd be seasons and periods of time when it would get a little bit better, that I wouldn't be so obsessed with it, but then I'd go back and I'd be obsessed, and I would do awful things. I would try to make myself throw up if I messed up. I would be so hard on myself if I ate a cookie, and just all of that was loaded with such feelings of shame and guilt and anxiety and depression, feeling helpless, feeling all these lies and the pressure of these lies, and believing so much. And this is what's so crazy, is I believed that I would have joy once I changed, that I wouldn't have any source of joy until I reached this body. And you know, I went to college. I started going to Nyack College, and thank God I grew in my relationship with the Lord. I grew into deeper intimacy with Him, and for a while, you know, it got a little bit better. It wasn't as intense, but you know, it's still there. The dialogue is still going in the back of your mind, the feelings of guilt and shame, and just this constant thing hanging over my head, like, I have to lose weight. I have to work out. I can't eat that. I can't eat that. And it got the worst it's ever been about a year ago, last winter, up until pretty much almost a whole year, all of 2019. I got into it again. Certain things were happening in my life that were leading me to feel like I was out of control. And I think a big part of my eating disorder was a means for me to have control over something. And because of all the things happening in my life that I didn't have control over, I think that's what really triggered it to get really bad. But again, just I was going to the gym constantly. I was limiting my calories, making myself eat way less than was healthy than I should have. And all along along with it was just feelings of just helplessness. I just remember one night just feeling so helpless and disgusted with myself that I wanted to die. And that sounds so dramatic, but I just wanted to die. I just wanted it all to be over. I hated myself. I felt no worth. I felt no value, and I just didn't want to be living anymore. And I know that sounds really dramatic for this situation, but it's like, unless you're in that position, you just don't even know. And it got to the point where, and I hate to admit this, but it got to the point that I was making this an idol. I was putting this thing, my disorder, it was an idol. I was making it an idol over God without even realizing it. And it wasn't until a good friend of mine kind of brought that to my attention, and I was like, what am I doing? Why is this more important to me than, why am I making this a priority in my life over God? And I just felt so much shame. And I just remember days and weeks and nights of just crying out to the Lord, begging him. I would beg him to take this away because I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to change. I didn't know how to do anything. And I just knew that I didn't want to live like this anymore. That it wasn't worth it. That no body, that no weight I had in my mind as a goal was worth it, because I was miserable. I was miserable. And I remember thinking, like, this is just a thorn in my side. I just thought about Paul, and I was like, this is something I'm gonna live with. There's gonna be times that it gets better, but this is something I'm gonna have to live with for the rest of my life. And I just remember watching a video like this one of a girl that also struggled with an eating disorder that was healed. And I remember thinking and praying, like, God, if you heal me, I'm going to tell everybody, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows. Everyone's going to know that you are the reason. You are the reason I'm healed. You are the reason I'm standing today. You are the reason for everything in my life. And I just can't believe that I'm even making this video right now. So it's been, I think, 2 months now, and I don't know what happened. I kind of reached a point where I was just praying for my healing, and people close to me in my life were praying for my healing, and it kind of got to the point where I kind of gave up. I just didn't really believe that I could be healed, and I just kind of let it go. And I'm like, okay, this is, like I said, this is just a thorn in my side. This is something I'm gonna have to deal with. This is something that I'm just going to live with. And I'm like, God's gonna get me through it, but I've made it this far. I can make it farther. And there was one day that I don't even know what happened, but I was at work. This was about 2 months ago. I was at work, and I came home from work, and I was in the bathroom, and I saw myself in the mirror, and I was flooded with such peace and love for myself. It was like a rush. It's something that I never felt, that I don't remember feeling since I was a little girl, just peace. And I knew I was healed. I didn't look at myself in disgust. The pressure to lose weight was lifted off of me. And I could look at myself as a child of God in my true identity. I could look at myself with love, with the Father's love, something that I never thought I would ever do. In a million years, I never thought I would ever come to love myself. And it's been 2 months now, and I've not struggled with any eating disorder, anything, any tendencies, any habits, anything. And I can say firmly and with confidence and boldly that God healed me. I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to struggle with this burden. This burden has been lifted from me. And I'm here to tell you that whatever burden you're carrying, whatever you're going through, that can be lifted too. That God can heal you too. We serve such a faithful God. We serve such a loving and good Father. And like I said, if you're in my position, just listen to me. And I pray that what I'm saying, what the Lord is using me here for today, would just minister to your hearts, that you would have hope, that you would turn your hearts and trust in the Lord, that He can turn your situations around. And I can say, because I didn't think it was possible for myself. I never thought that I would be sitting here making this video and have the confidence to do it. The confidence to share my story, to share my testimony, and say boldly that God healed me. God healed me after 11 years. And God can do it for you too. He's so good. And He loves you so much. Thank you for listening. Like I said, I just pray that this brings you hope. Yeah. Anyways, I hope this wasn't too long of a video. I hope you can understand me for my crying. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to listen. And I also just want to mention and just thank everyone who has supported me, everyone who's prayed for me during this battle, everyone that has stood on my side and has not lost hope. You guys know who you are. Yeah, thank you, everyone.